What's up, friends? It's February, and once again, love is in the air here on Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk. Last year in February, we spent a few weeks going over some of the various versions of TMNT's #1 Bromance in Bebop and Rocksteady. This year, we'll be taking a couple of different routes though. First up this February is the Foot Clan's other famous friendship, featured in the follow-up to the first feature film. They are the monstrous movie star mates known as Tokka and Rahzar. As I said, Tokka and Rahzar both first appeared in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. Shredder had decided that in order to beat the Green Teens, he needed mutants of his own. The two proved to have the mental capacities of infants, as they mistook Master Shredder for Mama! 2 years after their movie appearance, Tokka and Rahzar actually showed up in the 1987 TMNT cartoon, where they demonstrated somewhat higher intelligence and exhibited an even stronger friendship. Throw in a couple of video game appearances, and these baby-brained buddies truly have made their mark in turtle history. Why don't we start off with Tokka, who really won't take that long to go over. Why is that? Because for the most part, he's a recolored Slash, who I covered back in episode 43. Tokka's skin is more of a field drab compared to Slash's teal flesh, but he does have the same golden poppy belly and yellow spikes all over his body and his chamoisi shell. Tokka's additional color detail makes him look all over messier than Slash, with gray and brown splotches on his skin. As for physical build, Tokka essentially is Slash, but has new forearms and a new head. Rather than the copied Shredder fist blades and spiked elbow pads that Slash wore, Tokka simply wears a few cloth bands around his forearms, some colored gray, some not. The most significant difference is the 5 fingers on each of Tokka's hands as opposed to Slash's 3 apiece. Also, rather than wearing armor on his biceps, Tokka has his own organic spiky protection. Tokka's all-new head sculpt completely distinguishes him from Slash. He wears no mask over his white and red eyes, and now has a yellow beak with matching teeth. Tokka's articulation is exactly the same as Slash's. However, due to his head jutting out more, he sometimes has a harder time standing up. Tokka even comes with the exact same weapons, recolored and renamed. He carries a snappin' scimitar, which is not a scimitar at all, choppin' chucks, sicko sai, and big bad stick. On top of that, his belly-bustin' belt is the same as Slash's, even down to the sai holster, but with a Foot Clan emblem on the buckle rather than a backwards letter S. Tokka's partner in crime Rahzar is much more unique of a figure. The russet-colored canine wears the shredded remains of a shirt, which strikes me as odd since we know he started off as a wolf and not a human, but whatever. In addition to a green loincloth, Rahzar wears plenty of protective pieces all over his, person, mostly colored gray, silver, and gold. Personally, I find the broken wrist chains to be a nice touch. He has the same crazed red and white eyes and yellow teeth as his reptilian running buddy. If I had to pick a most distinguishing feature though, it's those long and lethal looking claws of his. Rahzar has the exact same 7 articulation points as Tokka and most other vintage TMNT figures. He does have a dynamically arched right foot, but standing him up is really no more or less difficult than most other figures. While even Tokka's accessories are recycled from Slash, Rahzar, being new and unique, comes with new and unique items. First is his reinforced rib protector, which is removable. He has a spider hook, which due to having approximately 2 inches of string probably won't help much with climbing. At least it looks cool though. Adding to his protection is a gravestone shield, which looks to be a marked up unearthed tombstone used for warding off attacks. Rahzar's raddest weapon has to be his skull-shattering staff, complete with articulate jaw. While they're not quite on the same level of infamy as Bebop and Rocksteady, Tokka and Rahzar are definitely a deadly duo I deem worthy for any turtle collection. How about you? Did you dig on this terrifying tag team? Or are they just wannabe mama's boys? Head over to www.radicalretro.com, join the forums, and speak your piece. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk is a part of the Pop Culture Network, which is the home base for a heaping helping of shows, podcasts, and articles covering toys, comics, wrestling, TV and film, and all the stuff you love, with new content ready on a daily basis. Are you liking what we're up to here at Pop Culture Network? There is no better way to show your support than by doing some shopping at the Pop Culture Network store. Lord Killin is your hookup for all sorts of awesome items and mackin' merchandise that you know you can't live without. Come back next week to find out what's next for Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk in the month of February. In the meantime, stay rad.